uppercuts. Manny should stick to his boxing, hit moves, and hit the angles.
We move now into the 9th round, and Margarito is still dangerous. Pacquiao has got to try and stay moving, not get dragged into phone booth stuff, not go toe-to-toe, because it's at that point that the strength and the weight advantage of Margarito can be a determining factor.
But I think it's already a determining factor, and that's why he does have to have little rests on the ropes when he takes punches, because the weight differential is so much.
Bob Arum, the promoter, said, what's the point of having a fight where Manny Pacquiao just produces exhibition? You want to see conflict, you want to see people who go toe-to-toe and show great boxing skills and great competition. You don't want to watch a sparring session, you want to watch a battle, and that's what you're watching here. The Cowboys Stadium, perhaps the greatest stadium in the world, is seeing boxing of the very, very highest order here. And listen to the response of the crowd, they are just loving it.
Well, this one, whatever happens from here in, is going to live in the memories for a long while. It's an excellent conflict.
Pacquiao is just being caught once or twice, and the spring in his step has just started to go slightly. You sense Margarito is hunting him down, trying to get in with big shots of his own. Good left hand from Pacquiao. Lovely work as he came away off the ropes. Terrific stuff.
Yeah, there's the dazzling skills, the dazzling speed that we know he can do. That's why he's pound for pound the best fighter in the world.
He is confounding and confronting a very, very determined and tough man here tonight. If he can pull this one off, it will rank up alongside the best performances of his career. Pacquiao, you almost have to say it's a privilege to watch him in action. He has to rank alongside the greats of the sport. Margarito, though, is having to fight forward and bring the very, very best out of him. It's about styles, you need two to tango, and Pacquiao is being touched and pressed by Margarito all the way. Big right hand, forced him back again, but look at that, lovely elusive work.
Absolutely beautiful. This is a good round for Pacquiao. He's in and out of range, slipping shots, missing shots, and then coming back with stinging, telling, good counters.
Another good round. Pacquiao doing enough, but Margarito's still in there. He looks very, very weary as he makes his way back to the corner as well. He might have done. Looked very tired, Margarito, as he went back.
Yeah, both looking pretty tired, but Pacquiao did what he had to do there. I thought he got a nice little respite by moving around, by just picking the punches in and out, and then throwing the eye-catching punches, which the crowd loved.
Damage to the face there, the nose now as well of Margarito has been affected. He's getting frenzied advice from Roberto Garcia, but look at the swelling of his left eye there, Amir. It's looking a mess. His right eye, rather.
Looking really bad, and you know, if you look at Manny in that last round, he was hitting and moving. I'm sure Freddie had a good word with him, not to get stuck in there, not to fight him, and just box him. And you can see, you know, Margarito's face is getting worse round by round, and I think it's anytime now Manny's going to put the pressure on, and I think this fight's not going to go the full distance.
We're going into the 10th round, and the referee having a look at the injury. Nope, he said carry on, box on, but the warning sign's there. He's giving him another round, but how much more he's going to give him, I'm not too sure.
Well, he held up some fingers, said how many. He answered right, and the referee quick to let Margarito back into it. He can still see out of that eye.
That's the factor which we pinpointed earlier on, and Pacquiao will continue to target the damage. He'll be trying to exploit that. But the corner have done a good job with Margarito. They've been working away on that injury from a very early stage, trying to keep their man in there. And he still keeps coming, looking for the big punch now that he's surely got to find. Pacquiao's got to be way ahead on points, way ahead.
Yep, certainly is on my scorecard. Been some beautiful boxing. Now he's got the chance, as Margarito's slowing down, to show the speed.
Precision in those punches. Looking to become a champion once more, now at light middleweight. Having started, almost impossible to believe, isn't it, when you watch him, having started as a flyweight champion. He's worked his way through the divisions, and he's beating A big man here, and looking very good in the process. Margarito's had his moments, but for the most part, he's been on the receiving end, and that continues here. Terrific work from Pacquiao, lovely uppercuts inside, and Margarito is becoming a walking target now. He's having to just soak it up, and that bravery is being tested, perhaps as never before.
Manny Pacquiao slips through the gears effortlessly, doesn't he? Just wonderful barrage of punches. The crowd stand on their feet, they love it.
He's looking for the stoppage now, no doubt about it. But thousands and thousands of people bellowing in the direction of the ring, showing their appreciation for a terrific contest to which both men have contributed. But Pacquiao has dominated, and he's doing so as much as at any stage here in this round.
Yeah, Margarito walking forward, his hands were down there, just walking into shots. His face, a mask of blood. The eye is closed, and Pacquiao still keeps landing punches.
Margarito's a brave man, though, a proud warrior. He'll want to go out on his shield. He'll want to see it through to the final bell. But that looks a long way away now as we near the conclusion of this 10th round of a 12-rounder here in Dallas for the WBA title. And he's caught by a right hand, stopped in his tracks, and Pacquiao looking to take him out. He's in big trouble here, Margarito. 10 seconds remaining. He may see it through to the bell. It looks as though he can do, but Pacquiao looking to finish it right here and now. Somehow Margarito sees it through to the bell, but another huge round for Manny Pacquiao, and a little shake of the head disconsolately from Margarito, and I wonder if that corner might be thinking about pulling him out.
Well, you know, they should be, really. He's walking on the shots. He's very, very brave. But to be honest, there doesn't look much way to beat it. The doctor is checking it out. He's asking him to see how many fingers is there.
You can see all right, I think, that the eye badly damaged. His mouth is busted up now by the terrific attacks from Pacquiao that he's had to absorb. He's saying, yes, I'm all right, I'm okay, but look at this. That's a right hand.
Walking on the big, big punches.
Stopped him in his tracks, Glenn.
Throughout the round, he's really got in a rhythm now, as Margarito is very, very tired. You're seeing the best of Manny Pacquiao. He can really perform now because he can rattle off those wonderful combinations. He can use his movement so well, and he can really look the great, great fighter he is.
11th round, just 6 minutes remaining. These two fighters will remember each other for the rest of their lives. Great occasion. And Pacquiao, on the greatest stage of all, is providing once more sheer brilliance. Margarito has told his corner, I'm all right. He told the doctor, I'm all right, I can see, please let me go on. He still searches what would be the greatest win of his career. But it's looking a forlorn task now. Oh, brilliant.
John, he may see the fingers, but he's not seeing the punches, that's for sure.
Picking him off on the right flank now. Margarito increasingly static, and the gloves are being penetrated again and again. Bravely, though, he comes back and threw a good right hand of his own. Where did he find that from?
Very brave, but he hasn't got the reflexes now. Never had the speed to match Pacquiao, but he's tired now and he's getting caught more and more. Referee's got to keep an eye on Margarito now. He's taking a lot.
You don't want to see the man seriously hurt. Margarito continuing to come forward, but there comes a point in fights where fighters can be too brave for their own good, and you worry that Margarito may be entering into that sort of territory now. The heads clash, still Margarito keeps coming forward, and still he absorbs shots from Pacquiao from every flank, and the referee asking if he can see, and he says, yes I can, and he comes up and says, yep, you've held up 6. Good right hand from Margarito.
Well, if Margarito's guessing, he's guessing well, because he's getting it right, isn't he? But that's the pride of the man. A lot of fighters would have looked for a way out, have got an excuse to quit. Not Antonio Margarito. He's tough, teeth tough.
What happened before the fight against Shane Mosley was very, very wrong. What's happening here against Manny Pacquiao, in a lot of ways, although he's surely going to lose, is very, very right.
that what he did against Shane Mosley is unforgivable. You know, that is just wrong. But what we can't deny is he's got a fighter's heart.
Has he ever?
And he's shown it here.
And Pacquiao, 20 seconds to go in this 11th round. And how much Margarito wants to see it through to the final bell. And Pacquiao, the exertions of this round have taken it out of him. He's trying to produce a flurry in the last 10 seconds and he's able to do so, but Margarito will not be moved and it's going to go into the final round. Pacquiao wins another round, but he looks tired as well. Well, he might do. He's thrown a huge volume of punches. The doctor's having another good look, and Margarito does not want to be taken out of there. He wants the chance to go for the final 3 minutes.
Yep, the one thing Pacquiao's proven is that he didn't cut no corners. He did the training right. Freddie Roach, you know, he's a great trainer, and he'll have made sure he did everything.
Amir, this has got to be up with the performances of Pacquiao's career. This is terrific.
This is a brilliant performance from Manny. Manny's looking very good, but you can see both fighters getting tired now. They're making a little bit of mistakes, but Manny just has to stay focused. It's the last round now, and he has to just, you know, stick to his game plan.
The last round about to be underway, introduced by the Master of Ceremonies in his inimitable style, Michael Buffer. And now this vast crowd in Dallas acclaims a great champion in Manny Pacquiao, and the two men touch gloves. Terrific show of respect. It has been fought in a wonderful, wonderful spirit. 108-101 to Pacquiao on Glenn's card. I've got it slightly wider than that, but Pacquiao has been terrific. Glenn, you've seen some great events over the years in your time in commentating on boxing. This has been a spectacular event, but it's been also a great performance.
The fighters lived up to the event, to the stadium, to everything that's made this such a great, great night.
And Pacquiao now just looking to box his way surely now to the last bell. He can't take any chances. He's got to be way ahead on the cards. The three wise men will be sitting in deliberation. They will have their final say over this last 3 minutes. And look at that again from Pacquiao. Lovely precision work, beautiful shots, such accuracy.
This is exhibition stuff now, showing everything he's got. In and out of range, both hands, beautiful combinations.
A professional career which started when he was just 16 years old back in 1995. And Manny Pacquiao now stands within 90 seconds of winning a world title in a 6th weight division and going up alongside the great Oscar De La Hoya, who of course he beat in that one-sided fight, one of his great performances along the road to superstardom, and he is one of the very best boxers that we've ever seen in this sport. Margarito is showing that he's one of the bravest, but for the most part here, for all the weight advantage, for all the height advantage and the reach advantage, he's been outclassed.
And everybody out there watching, enjoy this, because you are seeing one of the greats. Someone up there with the Roberto Durans, the Julio Cesar Chavez's, the Muhammad Ali's, the Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinsons.
Roberto Duran's at ringside tonight. Marco Antonio Barrera's at ringside tonight. They were great, but when you mention the greats of boxing, never ever forget Manny Pacquiao. Here he is now in the last 30 seconds, trying to produce exhibition stuff and grandstand stuff to cross the finishing line in front of his beloved public. Margarito has shown such huge fighting heart to stay in there, to push Pacquiao all the way, but 10 seconds to go, he's going to see it through to the final bell. Pacquiao knows that he's won this one, he knows that he's created history, the crowd stands in acclamation, 12 rounds over, and Manny Pacquiao was magnificent, quite wonderful. That was superb, he's chaired around the ring. Manny Pacquiao, Amir, you must be proud to be associated with him. Quite wonderful.
Definitely. You know, Manny, what a great performance he put on. Margarito seemed like a punch bag in that last round. You know, Manny was so sharp and accurate. I think now we know why people call him the pound for pound king. He's just amazing.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? Just brilliant. And Margarito, so brave, tried to fight back, tried to match fire with fire. and he had his moments, but Pacquiao, he just showed such technical superiority. He was superb.
Yeah, Margarito had his moments. She showed true heart in